From the home of the 2021 AFC champs, there's a look inside newly named Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
On one, ready? 11 mighty! 11 mighty!
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
11 Thomas.
Burrow looking to pass. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of it. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The Bengals hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A draw play for Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it'll be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. Burrow will throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
On third down, Mixon. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. 4th down, here's Joe Burrow. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. Slot man moves right. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity, unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
With how the coverage was positioned, up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Dancing to his left. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. A short kick taken at the 18. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, Drew Chrisman on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect rounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Red, cycle.
Here's Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
10 cycles. Process 6. Blue striker.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Gets this one to Hill. He'll get it inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Okay, ready?
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Here we go.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Tua sets up to pass it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Mostert. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Let's go. Hey, move.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
I'm fine, ready?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once again, they run with Mixon. And some room to work. And he'll be out right at the 35. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
11.
Burrow going for it on 4th. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The slot man in motion right. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jay Tufele forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Here we go.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to pass. Tua. And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Touchdown! Raheem Mostert, 27 yards. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
11.
Slot man moves right.
11 MT paint.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's got some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 15 now. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Taken from about the 12. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, Good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. He'll get this one to Ezekama. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. He was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11, mighty. 11, mighty.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? Right. So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. In motion, Hill. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
A short kick taken at the 18.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 135 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself how much of that is him with a great performance and how much of that is the defense just losing.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And that makes it 24-13. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, That would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd and 5 now. Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 18 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
They're on 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11, 11,
They'll bring a
11.
receiver in motion left. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And some room to roam now. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
On 1, ready? 11, Thomas.
Able to find Higgins. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now it's Mixon running right. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
11 empty.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Again, it's Mixon. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions, because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
Tua now on 1st down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
To try again after the sack. Tua. He's got a man. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10.
Even with a big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Back to the running game with Mostert. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 28 yards. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Burrow will throw. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
12. Go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11.
Throwing on second down. Burrow. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Here we go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Running the counter with Mostert. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And that is taken in by Hurst. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. So they came in here facing a very tall task going against the NFL's #1 ranked defense, but they got the job done. Charles, really an outstanding performance.
They certainly showed that they weren't going to be intimidated, didn't they? They took out the best defense in the NFL today, took it right to them, and that's against a group of guys that is used to shutting people down. To me, this is going to be a signature moment for this team's season.
So for the Dolphins, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.